On this episode of Inside the Eagles Nest, we'll discuss the upcoming 2011 Franklin County football campaign, this past Friday night's benefit game against the Liberty Minutemen, and we'll talk about the upcoming game against the Colonels of William Fleming. Let's go to the Eagles Nest.
Hello and welcome, sports fans, to the first episode of Inside the Eagles Nest. I'm Kevin Tosh, along with my partner in crime, Justin Hall, and we're here to bring you anything and everything related to Franklin County football. Justin, go ahead and tell the people what they can expect out of our webcast.
Well, Kevin, a couple of things we're going to try to do with our webcast is each Tuesday night we're going to unleash our webcast, and it's going to have a couple of things on it. Most importantly, it's going to have the preview of this coming up Friday night's game, and it's going to have a post-game synopsis of the final or the last game. What else can they expect from us, Kevin?
Well, they can expect, up-to-date rosters and news about any players, recruiting information. We've got several top recruits from the area, and we'll keep you up to date on any news that comes out of there and just about anything that you could want to know about Franklin County football. So, Justin, let's go ahead and let's talk about the Franklin County team coming up here in the 2011 season.
Well, Kevin, we got a bunch of top returners coming back this year. I think more importantly, on defense, we have a guy coming back, number 2, Terrell Basham.
That's right. Terrell, he's a beast. He's got $1 million body. He's as athletic as you could want to be. And we saw in the scrimmage last Friday night, he was anywhere and everywhere. He was always around the ball, picking up fumbles, getting to the quarterback, getting to the ball carrier. I think we can expect a lot of good things out of Terrell Basham this year.
Yeah, he was tearing through that offensive line and getting to the quarterback like there was no problem.
That's right. I think we'll see a lot of that this year.
Yeah. Also on defense, we have a transfer coming in from Bassett. Do you know anything about him?
That's right. That's Mason Maples, who's going to be playing linebacker. He was, like you said, transferred from Bassett, but he's originally a Franklin County boy who transferred to Bassett. He's going to play linebacker. He played a little bit of quarterback, but he's another physical specimen. I think we can see a lot of good things. We didn't see him play against Liberty, so we'll have to wait to the first game to really see what he can do in an Eagle uniform.
Some of the big questions concerning Franklin County football that's coming up here is the offense. We're switching to a new offense. Chris Jones is going back to his hybrid wing T misdirection offense. And we have several players returning on the offensive side of the ball. Most importantly, offensive lineman Sean Greer.
That's right, Sean Greer. I had the opportunity to interview him in another preseason show. And he is a beast. He's they call him the gentle giant. He's not one of the nicest guys you'd ever want to meet, but I wouldn't want to meet him on the other side of the line. And he's going to be a big key to the offensive line this year, along with Kyle Rigney. Running the hybrid wing T, it's all about blocking up front.
But of course, with the blockers up front, you really, really don't know much about them unless the runners in the backfield, which we have returning starter Alex Keys and new running back Christian Witcher.
That's right, 2 very fast backs, and that's what you need in an offense here with the wing T. Alex Keys had a great year last year, played in just about every game, set a new single game rushing record, 304 yards against Bassett, give or take a few. So I think we can expect a lot of him, but we didn't see him carry the ball a ton against Liberty, but I believe Chris Jones is keeping a lot close to his chest.
Yeah, Christian Witcher had a bunch of nice cuts during the game, had a bunch of miraculous runs. Reminded me of Ronnie Edwards back there in the backfield. He was very quick on his feet.
That's right. I've had the opportunity to play basketball with Christian Witcher. You can tell I'm not a physical specimen myself, but he can cut with as fast as anybody. He's quick on his feet. He's got a huge vertical leap. I think we're going to see good things out of this offensive weapon for the Eagles.
Now, more importantly, for my sleeper of the year, and I know it's your sleeper of the year as well, is the fullback, Jonathan Altus. He absolutely tore it up against Liberty.
That's right. Another huge facet to the wing T offense is the handoff to the fullback. It's not a glorious position. You're grinding out 3, 4, 5 yards at a time. Jonathan Altus took me off guard a little bit in the scrimmage game. I hadn't really heard about him a lot, but like you said, he tore up the Liberty defense, getting 3, 4, 5 yards at a time, playing good ball control offense.
So, overall, what would you say that we learned from this past Friday night's benefit game?
I think they answered a lot of questions about how durable they were going to be on offense. We saw a lot of different guys touch the ball, a lot of different formations. And with this wing T misdirection, I think Chris Jones has a lot more. I think some of the questions we have is with our quarterback, Kyle Ellis. He's a young guy. He's a junior. We haven't saw him play much. But after he settled down, his first few passes were a little bit off the mark. But he settled down and he threw some absolute bullets to his receivers. But I think
Yes, he did.
offensively, I think they're going to be fine so far. And then you go ahead and tell them about what we saw on defense.
On defense, I mean, there's no dull spots in defense. I mean, linebackers were coming in. Defensive line was getting past the Liberty offensive line, which granted, Liberty's offensive line this year is a little bit smaller than they've had been in past. But still, I mean, I didn't see a single sore spot on Franklin County's defense. More importantly, like we said before, Terrell Basham, I mean, he was just, when he was in the game, you could tell. What was it, 5-6 fumbles for Liberty in just the first 3 quarters last week. It was truly demolishing.
It was a great showing by Franklin County for a scrimmage. Like I said, they got to play a lot of players.
Yes.
We got to see a lot of young talent, and hopefully we'll be talking about them more as the year goes on and in future years.
Welcome back to Inside the Eagles Nest. I'm Justin Hall, along here with my friend Kevin Tosh. Kevin, this upcoming Friday night, we have the Colonels of William Fleming. What can we expect coming out?
Well, William Fleming's under the direction of second-year boss man Lee Johnson. He's a Salem guy, and you'll see an offense similar to what Franklin County's been known for in the past. They'll line up in the I formation. They'll pound it right up the middle. So for people that may not be familiar with Franklin County or now William Fleming's style of offense, kind of explain it to them.
Well, under the direction of Billy Miles, Franklin County was known for their power offense. What the power offense entitles is you're running in between the tackles every single time, straight up the gut, straight up the middle. You're handing it off to your halfback, you're handing it off to your fullback, and they're sitting there and they're going to wear that defensive line down. And that's the main goal of the power game. You wear the defensive line out, next thing you know, the holes start getting bigger and bigger, and you can hit those big runs.
That's right, and Franklin County's going to have to be able to stop this run attack and stop it often, and stop it early, more importantly. If they're able to stop them early in the downs, force 3 and outs, they're going to be able to start winning the field position battle. We saw that last year. Franklin County was able to stop them on the first drive, and Franklin County subsequently had to punt, but Bradley Rayburn, great punter, we'll see a lot of him this year, was able to pin them inside the 10-yard line, make them go 3 and out again, and they were able to block the punt out of the back of the end zone for a safety. So if they're able to, whoever owns the field position game, especially with these 2 running attacks, is going to see success in this game on Friday.
Speaking of success, Franklin County hasn't had much success with William Fleming over the years. Care to go in on that?
Yeah, over the past, I think it's 39 years, if I look at my notes right quick, Franklin County's 29-1. And that doesn't sound like a good number in all time, in which it really isn't. But here lately, in the past couple of years, Franklin County's picked up several of those 9 wins and been able to find success against William Fleming. And speaking of success, Justin, what would be your key to the game for William Fleming to be able to take down the Eagles this week?
William Fleming has to stop Franklin County's big plays. With the wing tee, Franklin County is going to chalk up the yards. Keys, Witcher, Altus, they're all going to get their yards. What William Fleming needs to do is they need to limit those yards. They need to try to force Franklin County out so they can win the field position battle. But if they can't, and Franklin County can chalk out the 20 and the 30 and the 35-yard runs, it's going to be a long night for William Fleming. What's your take, Kevin?
I think we saw last year that William Fleming needs to limit their turnovers. I think William Fleming had 5, maybe 6 turnovers, in the closing minutes, the closing quarter of last year's game. Like I said earlier, it was 16-7 going into the fourth quarter. I think there was maybe 4 interceptions and a fumble recovery.
That's a lot.
So if they're able to minimize those turnovers, that game's going to be a lot closer. And I believe we'll see a lot out of the same thing this year. So, Justin, what about Franklin County? What's going to be their key to victory?
Well, this is going to be Franklin County's first game incorporating their new offense. In their offense, they're going to have a lot of toss passes. We saw Friday night against Liberty, they ran the option. So Ellis, Witcher, Altus, Keys, they need to limit the turnover. They need to hold on to the ball. If they cannot hold on to the ball, they subsequently give the ball to Fleming deep in their territory, which makes it a lot easier for Fleming to score. So I think Franklin County, they need to limit their turnovers so they don't give the position battle to Fleming. What about you?
I kind of agree on the same lines, except I'm going to go with offensive line play. With the wing tee, primarily a run, but Coach Chris Jones is going away from a more vertical blocking, which you'll see William Fleming do. Their linemen are trying to get upfield. We're going to see more of a horizontal blocking, which is a little more of a thinking man's blocking. They don't have to be as big, but they're going to zone block. They're going to take zones, try to open up the holes, Because the good thing about a wing T offense is the offense knows where the ball's going, and they're trying to trick the defense and not let them know which way the ball's going. So I think offensive line play, not only for Franklin County, but William Fleming too, will also show us who's going to win this game. Well, that's it for our first episode of Inside the Eagles Nest. We'd like to thank you for joining us. And if you would like to follow us on Twitter, I'm FC Insider.
Justin Hall 04.
Also, we want to encourage you to continue coming back to this website. If you found us on YouTube, our website address is insidetheeaglesnest.weebly.com. Keep coming back for all the latest information we have. We also have blogs. We have one blog up now. You can Justin will have a blog. It's called All Out Blitz, and I'll have a blog too. You'll have to come back to the website to see what that's called and get our inside look at what's going on. So for Justin Hall, I'm Kevin Tosh. We want to thank you for joining us, and good night.